Okay, Tim Blankenship, divorce661.com. Still haven't yet chosen to use our service? No problem. We're going to keep on going and letting you know how the divorce process works. So now we're on and talking about the financial disclosure stage. At this point, we've already discussed what forms you need to file initially to get the case issued, how to get the case number issued, how to serve the documents properly, and we talked about the 6-month cooling off period. Today we're talking about the completion of your financial disclosures. Look, when you're going through divorce, if you have children, divorce is about children, of course, but other than that, it's about dividing up your assets and debts. It's about money. So the courts require that you and your spouse file and serve on each other an income and expense declaration and a schedule of assets and debts. Essentially, the schedule of assets and debts is where you're going to list all your property, separate and community. Stuff you had before marriage, during marriage, after separation. You're going to list your stuff, your spouse's stuff, whether in your name alone or their name alone. Whoever's going to keep it, you're just listing property, just listing stuff. So we're talking about bank accounts, we're talking about checking accounts, we're talking about credit cards, vehicles, pensions, you name it. If it's an asset or a debt, regardless of who's naming it in, it's something you should list. The purpose for doing that is to disclose to your spouse and say, this is what I know to be of the property. So later on, when it comes to making agreements as far as division of assets and debts, you can sit down and say what's going to be fair and equitable in the division of property. The other form is the income and expense declaration. The courts want to know what the parties make in most cases for purposes of determining spousal support, if that's going to be requested, or in determining child support if there are children involved. The income and expense and schedule of assets and debts in an uncontested divorce are not served on or are not filed with the court. This is an information-only type document that is served on your spouse. There's some other corresponding documents that need to be served along with it. And then you file a single document with the court that lets the court know you complied with this rule and you filed and served your income and expense and schedule of assets and debts on the other party. Now, the rules of the court in California state that within 60 days of filing your initial case that you should have your financial disclosures complete. I hope that makes sense. That would be your next step after serving your documents, is for each of you to complete your financial disclosures and serve them on each other and file with the court the document indicating you have done so. Tim Blankenship, divorce661.com. Be happy to handle your case at any time. Thanks for watching.